What up, world? This is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast. I'm your homeboy WordPlay TJ, and I'm joined by my homie Icarus Gray. We deliver to you a dope conversation where we talk about everything for no reason at all. Tune in every week just to hear that conversation. And without any further delay, this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast. And we're live.
Yes, indeed. We're back. It's your boy. What's up, people? It's Icarus Gray.
That is not our intro.
No, it's not. Okay.
One more clap?
Yeah, one more clap. Okay. We're gonna need another clap after that. Keep all of this in.
Yeah, I'm keeping
We're back.
this.
We're rusty.
And we're live.
What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy WordPlay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast.
Yeah. Where we talk about everything.
For no reason at all.
So speaking of that,
Yep.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh.
And I haven't known what we were talking about this entire time. And I mean, No Rhyme or Reason podcast, this is what we're supposed to do, right?
Right.
Is talk about nothing.
For no reason at all.
So let's talk about how we got here, how we got to this point. Because if you're new to the podcast, you'll probably be excited. But if you're not new to the podcast, you'll probably be like, I thought they quit.
Where'd you go? Well, I mean, I think it's the opposite, though. I think the people who were listening to us before are more like, oh, they're back. The boys are back. And new people are like, how y'all doing? Y'all look like a podcast.
Because it wasn't really an goodbye, right? It was kind of like something's going on and we need to shut this down for a second.
Yeah, we had life. Life happened.
Yeah, you had a lot of life.
Oh, I had so much life.
At that moment. So you want to catch the people up?
Well, as you all know, I got married. That was the thing.
Congratulations.
Still married.
Where's the applause?
I said that right here. Oh, wait, no. They're laughing. They're laughing. They just laughed at us. I'm sorry. This is, I just got married. All right. Well, actually, I've been married for 2 years. Thank you. Oh, hold your applause, guys. Oh, thank you. But I've been married for 2 years. And we had just moved into a new place. There were all kinds of trying to adult things going on. And time was very few in between to kind of try and push the podcast to greater levels. But now, as you can hear, we've upgraded, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, there's sound effects now.
Indeed.
Hopefully the right ones. Perfect timing. That's really perfect timing. So yeah, around that time, I also was dealing with kind of growing the business.
Yep.
I was dealing with financial constraints and just kind of moving money around and trying to figure out how this podcast was going to pay for itself, that type of thing, because it's really expensive to produce a podcast if you've never produced one before. And so, I was trying to figure that out. And then at the same time, I was just like,
you were setting up tours and stuff at that point in time, too.
I was setting up tours. That never happened. And it was just trying to figure out what was going to happen with the podcast, how it was going to be monetized, if it was going to be monetized. And then at that point, nothing occurred. So we needed to shut down a little bit. And so that's kind of where we left off. And we said, this is not a goodbye. This is see you later.
Yeah, more of a readjustment. And that's why I didn't try to come up with a whole lot of topics, because I wanted to kind of just get back into the flow of what this is for you people, because this is a big season for us. This is a creative season. This is the most creative season that we've had, in a sense that everything is kind of coming together, whether it's music, whether it's work related. having the equipment to record the podcast in a greater fashion than we ever have, which means it's going to be very spooky for you guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna get enough of using these sound effects.
Yeah, it's probably gonna get a little bit annoying at some point.
Yeah,
probably not.
Probably
for
not.
me.
I mean, not for me, and definitely because we can change them up at any point in time.
Oh yeah,
You'll get something fresh, something new. I don't know what you would get, but but more so into what we're doing now and what I mean by this new season.
Okay.
So with everything that we're going to be doing, like we're changing the format. We're not going to be going for like 2 or 3 hours. We're going to be going about 30 minutes, giving you guys 2 podcasts a week, similar to some other podcasts out there. But, you know, it works, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the format. I think we're going to try that and see what happens. That way we're condensing it, right? It's easy to deliver. People can listen to it on a commute if they want to. But I think the main thing that we should, get the people ready for is to have conversations that are interesting, sporadic, and at the same time about kind of current events.
Yeah, and
that are going on.
And from us. We still have the same brand and same motivations that we have for this podcast, which is to speak for the underdog, to talk loud for the underdog, and give the underdog a place where they feel okay, a place where you can learn things, grow, and just have fun.
Well, speaking of current events, what's going on currently in your life?
Currently, Joe got a new job. Joe is now a pawnbroker, a pawn thing.
You like the Pawn Stars?
Yeah, but not sleazy.
I don't know.
I don't think they're sleazy. I'm not gonna, take shots at them. I don't know them. I don't watch
Shots
the show.
fired. We need
pow, pow, pow.
Do we have one of those?
We don't. We don't have shots. We have what is this?
That's not shots.
It's not shots. Not shots.
If Tinkerbell had a shotgun, that's probably what it sounded like.
Okay, can't use that one. Okay, let's try this. Oh,
no. Nope. That's a rim shot. So it's close.
You know what's funny about that? The internet has ruined the word rim for me.
Oh. Nice. Nice.
That's what she said. All right. No, but yeah, so I've been doing that. And so what it's been teaching me is to be more confident, and it's been kind of giving me a new outlook. Like I've been able to do sales, which is something that I know that I'm good at, because if I know a product and I get to talk with a person, we can find you something that you want and that you need and work with you on prices and stuff like that. So that's my general what's been going on work wise. We moved into a new apartment, which we are currently recording in.
Yeah, we're here together.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, yeah.
Which has never happened.
Oh,
but
you're right.
Once.
But the once for we did a episode.
The once.
If you want to go check it out on YouTube, we did an interview about your album.
Yeah, my album Job Application.
Yeah, job application at the time.
With a question mark?
Question mark. No, but so that's something new. We've upgraded in terms of getting some podcasting equipment. Shout out to Rode.
Yeah.
If you'd like to sponsor us, we're using the Rodecaster Pro. And I like it. I like it a lot. So sponsor us.
Rode.
Now.
I know you're listening. So
sorry for the dead silence there.
So I've been doing stuff as well. And that doing stuff is consisting of multiple jobs. So I'm teaching in a middle school, which is one hell of a job. And it is, no, that's the wrong button. It's this one. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary every day. Just sitting around doing computer work and playing Minecraft.
What is still think you're in what?
Well, they try to play Minecraft. Well, they do execute playing Minecraft when my back's turned, but
you know, that's something that I tried to get into it one time. Mm-hmm. As you guys know, I'm a gamer. There'll be many gaming topics that'll come up eventually. Yeah. But that's one I couldn't do it without my wife. She does Minecraft sometimes. The adventure mode. She says it's good. She's over on the side.
The smile. You gotta give us some context. So both of our significant others are in the room here too. And
they were gonna do the episode with us.
Yeah, that just didn't work out. But as soon as Joe said Minecraft, a big smile came on her face and the thumbs up happened.
Like, yeah, Minecraft.
Right.
I almost thought she was cheating on me with Minecraft the way she smiled. Like, how do you know Minecraft so well? Perfect.
Spooky.
But yeah.
So yeah.
Teaching and scary kids.
Yeah, so I'm teaching scary kids, right? And I'm also doing client work with On the Map Music. And so I have some clients that are higher profile, one of them being Big Moochie. He's the line dance king, so to speak. Created a lot of line dances from Cleveland, Ohio.
And what else? There was something else that happened recently? Something, there was some views?
Oh, yeah. Moochie got 1 million views. Thank you. Thank you very much, proud people that I don't know. Yeah, so we've been working on campaigns with different artists and that type of thing. And also, I launched a channel for music advice. I think it was around the same time that...
Yeah, it was about the time that it was like a couple weeks prior to the last episode.
Yeah.
Last time.
Yeah, so I do weekly shows on YouTube just giving musicians marketing tips and business tips and that type of things, and sharing what types of things that I use while I'm working out my music career at the same time. So a lot of people get the opportunity to kind of pick my brain and learn from me. And so that really took off soon after, and my own music, of course.
And then there's one more important thing.
There's one more very important thing. Okay. I'm engaged now. Thank you, people I don't know.
All right, keep
I appreciate that. And the wedding's next month. Thank you.
Yeah, whoa. These people,
we really appreciate it. Don't send gifts.
Don't.
Please don't. I know, it's hilarious.
Yeah, but send gifts.
But yeah, so the time that has elapsed has been very fruitful, very productive, and I think for the both of us, that's absolutely true. Yeah, so
I did that, and it still picked up on your mic.
Oh, nice.
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm like, now I got mute buttons.
Yeah, so that it doesn't work unless we
render instantly useless.
We might need an engineer.
We might need an engineer. Good thing no. But so. In terms of all that growth, we got all this creative space, and what I think about all the stuff that we kind of been through from that moment to now has allowed us to kind of get into a different space, like, because what's funny is as soon as we stopped is when I feel like there was like the hugest rush I've ever seen of podcasters in the world. My wife started a podcast, Sugar, Sass, and Sarcasm. Please go and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. And everywhere else that you can find podcasts, Sugar, Sass, and Sarcasm. My wife and her two cohorts. My little sister Charmaine and my little sister Radisha. Shout out to them. Go check that out. But outside of them, there was like a flood. My sister started a blog, another plug, BibleStudyGirl.com. But the reason I'm saying
sponsored by
other stuff is because there was just this surge. There's so much creativity And the thing that I like about us, and that I like about all the podcasts that are coming out is people can say there can never be too much of this. And I earnestly believe that because your voice is unique. So if you're thinking about starting a podcast, a YouTube channel or whatever, do it.
Yeah.
Your voice, your perception is your own, and it's still something that you can bring to the table, and nobody can take that away from you. So just jump out and do it. And I'm glad that we're back into the fray of podcasting.
And unlike us, you'll know exactly what you want to talk about.
That's a fact.
For sure.
But I mean, it's our charm.
But speaking of being creative, are there any new creative things that you've been listening to, like new albums?
Oh, you want to get new albums? Oh, new albums. Snow Allegra. Ugh. Those feelings again.
Snow Allegra.
Is
never heard.
Freaking amazing. It is going to be the album of the fall for me. When the leaves really start changing color, that's my album.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And also listen to Sir's new album. I can't think of the name of it, but I like that album too. But Snow Allegra is
how do you feel about the music though?
I've been feeling like there's definitely new and really, really good R&B.
About Snow's music.
Oh, man. Her album, or I'll get more into Ugg Those Feelings again now, I guess is what I should have been doing. It's like, it just feels like fall. It feels like fall, relationships, love. It makes you feel warm. It's a vibe. It's like how those albums used to make you feel when we were making the mixtapes, when we were trying to record on the tape recorders. Kids who don't know what that is because they all have MP3s.
The pause tapes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you remember how you used to listen to, like, you'd be waiting for that song all day.
Uh-huh.
You listen to it, and then in your head you'd be thinking about who you could sing this song to. That is how that album feels. The entire album is like songs that just make you feel something.
Yeah.
It makes you feel connected to, like, the person that you're standing across or sitting across from, next to, away from. It and especially in our almost close to our third year marriage. I mean, we're still in 2, but it's close to 3. It's.
You sure you got those numbers right?
I do.
Check with the source.
I got the numbers right, babe. All right, I got the thumbs up. But but the way it feels is like it just makes you feel in love. Like I tell her all the time, I was like, man, it feels like you wrote these songs for me. These are things you say to me sometimes.
Yeah.
When you're happy with me.
But you remember, so speaking of pause tapes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for our younger audience that don't know what pause tapes are, or even cassette tapes in general.
Or the original mixtape.
Yeah, so you have to put a tape in a cassette player, right? I'm not going to go into details about what these technologies are because it doesn't matter. You got Spotify, you're good.
Yeah, YouTube.
So we put the tape in the thing, and then we'd have to listen to the radio. And then when we listen to the radio, like we have to wait for the song to come on, hopefully not miss the intro to the song.
Hopefully not get cut off somewhere in the middle because it's like a short hour and they got a network out or whatever. So like sometimes they be playing the song and they'd be like, all right, that was so-and-so. And it was that, oh, son of a bitch.
Right.
I'm sorry, guys.
And then you have to actually pause your tape and like record over it or rewind. So yeah, so we would put the tape in and then you would listen to the radio, and about the time you thought a song was going to come on, you had to hit record, right?
Mm-hmm. Record and play.
Right. And then the old school way is you would take sections of that and then you would loop it and record it to another tape.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you were me and Joe, you would rap over it.
Yep. You get all the instrumentals and then you just make like, that's the original way to record when you didn't have a computer or a desktop mic.
So imagine how lo-fi that sounds. Imagine listening to R&B music,
right?
Like Genuine or
Joe.
Something. You?
Well, not me specifically. The singer Joe, the one that they just brought back on Power because he's so powerful.
Right. So Joe, and you listen to these smooth R&B Coco jams, and then
The Coco Jams.
I took that from EO.
The Coco Jams.
And then you put that lo-fi with that smoothness, and that's the warmth that you're feeling.
Basically.
Okay.
Funny story. I was at the job and I was working with somebody, and he brought in his mic. He was selling his mic or whatever. And we got to talking, and I was like, man, I remember like having the desktop mic as the only mic I could use, and I didn't have a pop filter. So I took a hanger, some pantyhose, put the pantyhose over the hanger, and wrapped the end of the hanger around the mic, and put it up and made a pop filter out of it. And he was like, "Oh man, I did that too." And I was like,
I was gonna do that today, like with a sock over this microphone here.
So that wasn't like, no, I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't ask for random things for no reason.
Oh no, it wasn't random, but it just would have been all in your nose.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Like that's it. Long.
Oh, yeah, that's not the accurate feeling.
No, but so it just gives you that warm feeling. It gives you like that warm feeling, like of listening to a vinyl and that pop. Mm-hmm. Like it gives you that warm.
Yeah. I think I've heard our music on.
And No ID did the whole album.
Really?
Yeah, or he's executive producing, I think. Executive producing.
So it's Def Jam.
Oh, it's fire though. Oh, it's fire. It's fire.
If you don't know who No ID is the producer that started to work with Kanye early in his career. And No ID, sample heavy producer. So if you think about Kanye's first works on College Dropout, No ID has the exact same sound. Or if you've ever heard, what's the group that No ID had?
Gosh. Cocaine 80s.
Yes, Cocaine 80s.
Oh man, listen, James Fauntleroy and No ID. Whew. I need another album, please.
Yeah.
Like I need that real Cocaine 80s. That's how Addicted and Strung Out. Like it's just James Fauntleroy sounds like what auto-tune and real singing that's not T-Pain is like, sounds like. Because T-Pain can sing. Yeah. But James Fauntleroy gets in a bag.
Fauntleroy inspired some work that I've done. For sure.
Nice.
For sure.
Yeah.
He has this voice about him that is very earthy and guttural. And so he's singing from his diaphragm. You know what I mean? Like that's where it's coming from. It's very choral as well in his tone. And I just love the sounds that he makes.
And I love the harmonies he does.
Yeah, that too.
I think that he just has such a control over, like I said, so he'll have like one layer that's auto-tuned and then like the other layers around it are just him vocalizing and singing, and it's freaking amazing.
Yeah, his work inspired how Drive sounds.
I love Drive.
Yeah.
Speaking of, let's talk about you've released a lot of music since
almost too much.
Like
there is no too much music, honestly. I promise you, it's not.
No,
because you can't listen to it all.
But there's no such thing as like being too. That's almost like saying you're being too creative.
Yeah, you could say that.
There's like no such thing as being too creative, especially not in this day and age where you have more access than you've ever had to so much. You have reach. So no matter what you're doing, you can reach people. You can reach the demographic that you need to reach specifically, and you just got to kind of do it.
Yeah, and there's 6 billion people on Earth, so like you're not gonna get to everybody,
right?
And so you got a lot of room for people to listen.
Yeah.
So
and you got a lot of room to grow, obviously.
Right. So yeah, I've been releasing a lot of music. I'm trying as hard as I can not to talk about myself though.
Really? Right. You're doing good. I mean, it's us.
It is us.
Safe. And like what I'm going to do, because I'm going to give my roses on the podcast, I want to say that I am so happy to see my brother. Y'all don't realize how long it's been since we've been in the same room together.
Couple years maybe.
Yeah, it's been a couple. Well, yeah, it's been a couple years because we did the tours.
Yeah. So the last time I seen you was I brought some students here, and you were at the job, and I came by because we were at the hotel that's connected to the gym that you work at. Mm-hmm. You used to work at. Anyway.
Shout out to. No, I'm not gonna give him a shout out. Anyway, moving on. I was trying.
Is there a boo button?
Boo. Oh man, I gotta load that in.
Boo.
Not a boo button. Let's see if they'll clap for him.
No, that's the wrong button.
It is the wrong button. What I was trying to do was this. Nope, I was not trying to do that. What I was trying to do was this.
There should be labels.
There are on the laptop.
What is it? The label maker?
Okay, crickets, shut up.
Yeah, never mind. We're talking about creativity.
Yeah, and just the booming
and things
level of it.
Being creative, and what creativity have we been paying attention to?
Ooh, well, I've been paying attention to two creative lanes. The first creative lane that I've been paying attention to is the podcast lane, because there is a strong leveling up. Like Jamel Hill came out with a podcast, Conan is coming with a podcast, T.I. has a podcast, Kevin Hart has a radio show / podcast. Kev on Stage does multiple podcasts at this point. Tony Baker and a lot of the people that I watch, they do podcasts, and it's so different, each and every one of them. Like Kev on Stage to me is what normal Christians are. Like, it's not holier than thou. It's I'm a person who has a religion, who believes in this way, who tries to grow myself. Yeah. Whereas
screw up sometimes.
Yeah. And it's like, again, I'm not bashing you for it. I'm willing to learn more about you and learn more about different situations. And that's that creative lane that he's in. So I'm always interested in the new podcast and stuff, because everything I see is either stuff that we were doing, stuff that we wanted to do, or stuff that we were about to do. But it's still from their voice. So I'm not saying people are stealing from us. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying great minds think alike is more so what I'm leaning towards. And then the other lane that I've seen is the video vlogging, gaming stuff. And I'm putting those together just because they're kind of similar to me. Because there's this guy I watch, Stephen George. He does a vlogging channel and a gaming channel. He does a vlog every day. It might be 5 minutes, it might be 7 minutes, it might be 23 minutes, whatever it is that he's doing. And he'll just check in like, hey, I worked on some videos today, and, so I'm really tired. Hey, there's my cat. Here's my and it's just refreshing. It's kind of nice to get a look into somebody's life that isn't reality TV driven. Yeah. That's real. That, like, literally we went through a time where trying to get into this apartment was extremely difficult. We had to give 2 months notice, which I know people are like 2 months, but it's like 2 months, and we hadn't been out looking, and we hadn't done anything. Like, it wasn't like, okay, well, we can keep looking and pay them and find somewhere. And we were so stressed because we didn't know where we were going to live. It's hard to find somewhere that we were trying to downsize a little bit and just get somewhere that fit us, that fit our needs, that wasn't charging us whatever for lacking all the stuff that we lacked there. And I remember just being in a stress state, and I went to watch a vlog, and they literally had the same thing happen to them. But it was like a month. They were living somewhere, and the landlord was like, I want to move back in my house, and gave them, a little bit over a month. But like during that time, they were just about to leave and go to Japan for 2 weeks. So they didn't have a lot of time, and they were they're in Myrtle Beach. So trying to find rental property in a beach town is kind of like trying to find a needle in a haystack, because they don't want you. They want us who come in and will pay them $2,000-$3,000 for a week, not you who's going to pay them a month and they have to charge you less. So it was like I'm seeing all of these things from different people that I'm connecting with, different perspectives, seeing that I'm not the only one. Now, I know that by common sense, but seeing it, hearing it, having a voice and picture placed to it, and especially in the time where I needed it, is amazing to me, because those 2 lanes is great. And the gaming lane has been something that's, y'all know I talk about it all the time. The first episode we talked about Sun and Moon. We talked about Pokemon. Right. We talked about Pokemon and Trump. That was the first episode.
That's one hell of a first episode.
And we also predicted, or TJ predicted, that he was going to win. In the first episode we did. He was like, I don't know, man. There's a storm brewing. And I was like, why are you saying a brewing? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was just kind of like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I lost my train of thought. Anyway.
Trump, Pokemon, and then Myrtle Beach.
So, whole point, or that I was getting to, is that these creative lanes energized me in a way that I wasn't expecting. I had been in gaming, but majority of the time I would just kind of play every now and again. But seeing like the rise of Twitch, the rise of YouTube streaming, the rise of gaming channels where people enjoy and play games and are able to like kind of impart this childhood happiness that doesn't have to die just because you grow up, is huge. And I see everybody doing it. They're doing so many different things, and it's like just incredible. Yeah. And it's just invigorating. Like it's like a creator's paradise, man.
Yeah. So how I felt about creativity is sort of how you felt. Is like as life is happening, right?
Right.
You see all these examples of what you're going through in creative work, right? What was weird is that most of my time watching things that are creative within in this time period have been nothing but Gordon Ramsay videos.
Oh God, Gordon Ramsay is amazing.
I mean, I watch videos on YouTube. I watch the one where he goes out and cooks with random people across the world. I've seen Hell's Kitchen twice over. And watch so many videos of, is it Restaurant Impossible or something like that?
Restaurant
Impossible is another one. It's Kitchen Nightmares. Like Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh, I love that show.
So I've been watching a ton of Gordon Ramsay.
He just has a bag. As soon as you mentioned Gordon Ramsay, it just instantly made me think that the fact that Good Eats has returned, and that is one of my favorite shows ever.
I love Good Eats.
It's like Bill Nye the Science Guy for food. I love Alton Brown. Like I'm lit. Like people are gonna be mad at me. Like when I was messed up when Anthony Bourdain, passed.
Yeah, but
I'm going to bawl big boy tears when 2 people go.
Yeah,
Alton Brown and Emeril Lagasse.
Yeah,
that's why I cooks. Because of Emeril Lagasse. Bam!
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 All right, so that pesto you made.
Oh, today,
it had a little bam.
Had a little bam. I tried to bam too. Tried to bam it up.
Yeah. But
yeah,
back to Gordon Ramsay. So look, man, I've seen so much of Gordon Ramsay that right now my fiance is like, how would Gordon Ramsay critique your cooking?
Okay.
And I get in the kitchen.
You gotta do it.
And I'm just like, I don't know if I'm proud of this. That's how I honestly
is this,
feel.
TJ?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the absolute fuck is
this? This is trash.
This is absolute
garbage.
Fucking trash. Total trash. You serve this. Do it again.
All right. That's how I feel. And actually, you know what? I would welcome it.
Yeah, I would too the first 2 times.
And then I would cry a little bit.
By the third, I'm crying in the corner.
Yeah.
Rocking myself to sleep.
But Gordon Ramsay, I don't know, it's something about his drive.
Yeah.
It's something about the, it's not even the aggression, it's the balance that he has in the kitchen that I see a lot of things that are like it can take from him.
Yeah, but the aggression is passion.
Right.
Like a lot of the time, I think some people will be like, I don't want nobody disrespecting me like that. But then if you see what he does with like the
what
hotel,
was that voice?
I don't know where it came from. I've been doing all these weird accents.
I don't know.
That was a terrible Gordon Ramsay impression earlier that I'm sorry for.
Wait a minute, was that an impression?
Oh, it was. No, not that last one.
Oh, the last
earlier
one,
when I was
okay.
like telling you, trying to throw your stuff in the trash.
Yeah, I just thought that was a black lady.
Oh, might have been.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm around a lot of them.
Or from like Norbert, you know?
Oh, you thought I was doing Rasputia? Ew. I don't know that I have that in my repertoire. But
Norbert! Like that.
Laugh with me, people.
Turkey ass, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
But but like some people will misplace that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, but if you see when he's like helping these hotels or helping these chefs, like he genuinely wants you to succeed. You can even see it when it's Master Chef Kids, because like he's not over the top yelling at them. Like he expects something from them, and they feel that, but at the same time he helps them with their cooking, and you know he's not like a rabid animal just trying to attack everyone.
Yeah.
There are people like that. He's not one of them.
Have you ever had a boss or a teacher like that?
That wanted to bark at me like that?
Yeah.
No, I feel like God knows me. And
the Lord knows my heart.
Because you know I'm quiet.
Right.
Like I'm quiet to a T. I work. I do what I got to do. Just don't push me to the edge. Like kindness is not a weakness. Kindness is a protection for you.
I'm coming.
Don't push me.
Yeah, close to the edge. The lyrics have just been butchered.
Not to lose blood. I made me one time. With no practice, we were ready for that. But yeah,
everybody should have joined it. But
yeah, we invited. I mean, this is a podcast.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
And just him not being like as aggressive as people.
Yeah, I asked, have you ever had a boss or a teacher like that?
No one would do that. Well, I have had teachers like that. I'll give you guys an
Who?
My junior high teacher, Mrs. Jones, at Dunbar Middle School.
Okay. No more details, because then we have to explain who she is, and you know.
There are so many. Listen, there are so many Joneses in the phone book. By the time you would try and find, and you'd have to find the year I was in. Anyway, listen, I'm not even gonna tell you how old I am because I know the internets. Yeah. So what happened is you know how we had to be at class at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the class. I was standing at the door. I was talking to one of my friends. Shout out Philip. And the bell rung. So I was going to walk to my seat. She tried to tell me I was late. And I said, how am I late when I'm in your class? And so I'm right now, I said, that's dumb. She said, did you just call me dumb? I said, no, but what you're doing is dumb.
You're doing some dumb shit.
To which she then told me to get out of her classroom. Now, again, I follow orders, but she was still talking. I said, are you still talking? I thought we were done. Because I just, like, look, I'm not we ain't got to overtalk.
Yeah.
If you done told me something, if you fired me, if you're doing whatever, just let it go.
Yeah.
Like, let's not push. Let's not get Joe angry. Because I am not a person you want to see angry. Because it's just like, okay, I'm a person who takes accountability for any things that I do. That kind of motivation doesn't work with me.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you start yelling or doing whatever, I'm shutting you out. Like, I can't hear nothing you say. I don't care. And I'm pretty much just in defensive mode of trying not to, like, ram your head through a wall. Because, you know, I like not being in jail.
Yeah. So I think I had someone like Gordon Ramsay, mm-hmm. and someone that I actually appreciated, and that was Sergeant Ramirez. and Sergeant Ramirez was my sergeant in boot camp. And because I'm so like kind of quiet, and it may not seem that way like on records and through music and stuff like that, but like
biting necks out on these records. That's what I'm like, oh Lord.
But in life, like I'm just kind of soft-spoken or reserved, so to speak, you know. So Sergeant Ramirez called me Mouse. He's like, that's the house mouse. Because he doesn't say anything, but he gets shit done. And I was like, I appreciate that, Sergeant Ramirez. But he was hard on us, but we needed that structure. We needed that discipline. And that's how I feel Gordon Ramsay is, you know.
But I guess it's different because I'm thinking about the people I encounter are normally the people like, you shouldn't be yelling at anybody. You're literally just abusing your power just to abuse it versus seeing something in me and you know that I need a push. Anyway, but I'm not trying to, you know, overtalk you guys on the first episode. I want you to come back for more.
Yeah, come back for more. We're going to wrap this one up, but what I would like you to do is go ahead and subscribe to this podcast. Follow it on whatever podcast app that you listen to. I'm not sure where we're going to be distributed just yet because I hadn't even figured that out. But we're going to be a lot of places.
We'll be where you can get to us.
Right, for sure.
But anyway. Oh, God. I have to remember how
you
we
remember the
that.
intro, the outro?
This
has been the...
Oh, yeah. This has been the No Rhyme or Reason podcast with your boy Icarus Gray.
And your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And we'll see you guys next week. A 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Peace.
No Rhyme or Reason is an On the Map music group production.